Good evening to everyone. This is Dr. D. Kattika, Department of Commerce CA, Dr. S.N.S. Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Warm welcome to my YouTube channel, Learn to Win. Today we are going to discuss about the partnership accounts, and I have chosen the topic of the calculation of the opening capital, how to calculate the opening capital when it is not given, and how to we are going to calculate about your interest on capital and interest on drawings. So I have selected some of the examples and I am going to work out for you with your interest on drawings. So these are the chapters we are going to cover today. That is your calculation for opening capital format, interest on capital journal entry, and then in the interest on drawings with your journal entries, the format journal entries, and then finally we are going to work out with some of the examples. So this is the format to calculate the calculation of opening capital when it is not given. So we are having the information regarding the closing capital, your drawings or your interest on drawings, and your interest on capital, additional capital, and all your profit credited. So how we are going to calculate? That is, first we have to take with your capital at the end of the year, add your drawings and interest on drawings, and then less your interest on capital, less if any additional capital if any, and less your profit creditor, so that we will be getting with the opening capital. So it's a very simple format for us to understand how to calculate the opening capital, and we have to note a point that we are going to calculate the interest on capital only on the opening capital. So without the help of the opening capital, we will not be able to calculate the interest on capital. That's why we are following this particular format to find out the opening capital when all the information, other information is given to us. Okay. So this is the format journal entry for your interest on capital. When the interest on capital is to be updated, what we have to do is we have to debit your interest on capital or your current account to partners of capital account or current account. Why we have specified about the current account is we may be following with your fixed capital method or your fluctuating capital method. If suppose we are following the fixed capital method, then automatically we will be having the current account, and when it is the fluctuating capital, we will be having only the capital account. So to which account we have to credit, that becomes a question for us. That's why we have given you both. One is your capital, another one is your current account. Okay, and when the interest is credited, this is the format journal entry, that is interest on capital to partners capital or current account. And then next one is regarding the transferring your interest on capital. As we all know well, that is the transfer to be made to the profit or loss appropriation account. So profit or appropriation account data to interest on capital account. So the same way we are going to update with the interest on drawings. So the provisions for the interest on drawings is the reverse to your interest on capital. There we debited your interest on capital. Here we will be crediting with the interest on drawings. Partners capital or current account data to interest on drawings account. And then for transferring your interest on drawings account data to profit or loss appropriation account. So here are some of the short answer problems which we are going to discuss today to find out the interest on drawings. As we all know, the formula to calculate the interest on drawings is the amount into percentage into 1 by 12. That is the actual formula to calculate the interest on drawings. Amount into percentage into 1 by 12. Now, this particular drawings, it may be withdrawn either at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month or at the middle of the month. So, it may happen at any time. So, when it happens, the withdrawal happens with the same amount. Say for example, we are withdrawing 600 per month at the end of the month, or 800 per month at the beginning of the month, or 300 per month at the middle of the month, all the months. Then how we are going to calculate? That is going to be shown in this particular problem. The first problems you can understand. It is at the end of the month and at the beginning of the month. A partner withdrawing at the end of each month rupees 600 per month at 10% interest per annum. So 600 into 12. So it is 7,000 per 200 per year. So you apply your formula. Interest on drawings is equal to amount. That is your whole amount per annum, 7,200 into 10 divided by 100. That is your percentage into 1 by 12. Here we have to note down one thing. When it is at the end of the month, you have to multiply into 11 divided by 2. Okay, 11 divided by 2. So that will, the answer will be 330. It's very simple. And same way, the second one, Anbu withdrawing at the beginning of the each month rupees 600 per month at 5% interest per annum. So what happens? He is withdrawing 800 per month but at the beginning of the month. So when I said you previous problem, when it is at the end of the month, it is 11 by 2. Now when it is at the beginning of the month, it will be 13 divided by 2. You have to add back. So first calculate the interest, that is 800 into 12, 9,600. Now calculate the interest on drawings for that particular amount. So 9,600 into 5% divided by 100 into 1 by 12, our formula, and we have to add back 13 divided by 2. So you will be getting the interest on drawings of 260. Same way I have worked out at the end of the month with one more problem, that is Kavi and Nambi withdrawing at the end of each month rupees 500 at 6% per annum. Okay, so how to calculate the interest on drawings? It's very simple. Kavi is withdrawing how much? 500 per month. So 500 into 12. Then it will be 6,000. 6,000 into percentage into 6 divided by 100 into 1 divided by 12 into 11 by 2 when it is at the end of the month. So it will be 165. Same way Nambi is also doing the same thing. Again repeated, 6,000 into 6 divided by 100 into 1 by 12 into 11 by 2. So it will be 165. So here goes the next problem, that is with your middle of the month. We have discussed about the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. This is regarding a middle of the month when it is withdrawn. A partner makes drawings of rupees 2,000 per month under the partnership deed. Interest to be charged at 12% per annum. He is withdrawing for 2,000 per month. Interest to be charged at 12% per annum. What is the interest to be charged to the partner if the amount was drawn in the middle of the month? When it is drawn in the middle of the month, what we have to do, it is to be multiplied with 12 by 2. So when he withdraws 2,000 per month into 12, it is 24,000. So amount 24,000 into percentage 12 divided by 100 into 1 by 12 as per formula. Into again as per formula, it is in the middle of the month, so into 12 by 2, so we will be getting 1,440. So you have a very clear picture how we are going to calculate the interest on drawings when it is at the beginning of the month, middle of the month and at the end of the month. When it is at the beginning of the month, we have to multiply with 13 divided by 2, and when it is at the middle of the month, it is 12 by 2, and it is at the end of the month, it will be 11 by 2. I think you are able to understand clearly about how to calculate the interest on drawings. We'll meet you again soon. Have a nice day. Thank you.